You know, life doesn't change with luck. It changes with mindset. And if there's one man who proved this to the world, it was Albert Einstein. A man who failed 1,000 times, yet taught us how to think beyond limits. Today, his words might just change your life too. Hello friends, I'm your brother Shahzaib, and you're watching Mr. Shahzaib's YouTube channel. In this video, I'll share 20 powerful lessons from Albert Einstein, lessons that can transform the way you see failure, success, and your own potential forever. So sit back, feel the words, and let's begin. Einstein once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Every question you ask opens a new door of knowledge." Never silence your curiosity, because questions are not a sign of weakness, they are signs of growth, courage, and a hunger to know the truth. When you stop asking why, your growth stops too. Einstein became Einstein because he questioned everything, from light to time, from space to reality. Be curious like him. Every why you ask pulls you closer to greatness. Curiosity isn't just intelligence, it's bravery. It's the courage to admit that you don't know something and still decide to find out. Einstein's mind wasn't special because of IQ. It was special because he refused to stop exploring. Every time you ask a question, you challenge the limits that the world sets for you. Don't be afraid to question, to doubt, to explore, because that's where true knowledge begins, just like it did for Einstein. Einstein failed hundreds of times before his theories were accepted. But he never called it failure. He called it experimentation. Every time you fail, life is testing how badly you want success. Failures are not endings, they are beginnings in disguise. Remember, failure doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you're learning what doesn't work. Einstein used his failures as fuel. Each mistake taught him something new. So next time you fail, smile, because you're one step closer to understanding life. Most people give up right before success begins. Einstein didn't. He said, "It's not that I'm so smart, I just stay with problems longer, learn from this." Sometimes success isn't about talent, it's about patience and consistency. Failure teaches you humility, strength, and focus. Einstein turned rejection into direction. Every time the world said you can't, he proved that he could. Failures don't define you. Your response to them does. Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge because knowledge is limited to what we already know, but imagination takes us beyond what we believe is possible." It's imagination that builds worlds, creates innovation, and shapes the future we all dream about. When you close your eyes and imagine a better version of yourself, that's where transformation begins. Einstein visualized light chasing him, and that thought became the foundation of relativity. Imagination is the seed of creation, the place where dreams turn into destiny. Don't let the world tell you your dreams are too big. Einstein's ideas were once called madness, yet today they define science. Your imagination might scare small thinkers, but that's how you know you're on the right path. Every invention begins as imagination. The phone in your hand, the light in your room, someone once imagined them before they existed. So never underestimate the power of a single thought. It can shape generations. Einstein believed, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Simplicity isn't weakness, it's mastery. The clearer your thinking, the stronger your message. Great minds make the complex simple, not the simple complicated. Simplicity gives clarity. When your life becomes too noisy, too complicated, you lose your direction. Simplify your goals, your habits, your thoughts. Because only in silence you can hear the voice of purpose. Einstein simplified the universe. He took chaos and gave it meaning. When life feels messy, remember, simplicity is not losing, it's understanding. The simpler your vision, the more powerful your life becomes. Time is the most honest teacher. It reveals everything. Einstein spent years on one equation because he knew great things take time. Don't rush your growth. What's meant for you will find you when you're ready for it. Patience isn't waiting, it's believing. Einstein's patience gave birth to ideas that changed history. Trust your timing, you may not be late. Maybe you're just being prepared for something far greater than you imagine. Einstein said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Mistakes are proof you're trying." Every failure refines you, teaches you, and makes your next step smarter. You don't fail when you make a mistake, you fail when you stop learning from it. Einstein treated every mistake like a lesson in disguise. So, don't fear mistakes, fear the day you stop improving. Einstein once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Every great discovery starts with a simple question, why?" The day you stop being curious, your growth dies. Keep asking, keep wondering, because every answer you seek hides behind curiosity. Curiosity is the fuel of genius. Einstein wasn't born knowing everything. He kept asking the universe to reveal its secrets. The more you ask, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more powerful your mind becomes. The people who never question live in limits. But those who dare to question break boundaries. Einstein questioned everything, time, space, and even reality itself. And that's why the world changed forever. When life confuses you, don't fear confusion, embrace it. Because confusion means your mind is growing, stretching, learning. Einstein's curiosity was his greatest strength. So keep asking until your curiosity leads you to clarity. Einstein didn't fit in, and that's what made him stand out. He failed many exams, people called him slow, yet he changed the laws of the universe. So if people don't understand you, remember, maybe you're just ahead of your time. Being different is not a weakness, it's your power. Einstein taught us that when the world follows the same pattern, the brave ones create a new path. Be bold enough to stand alone, because truth never lives in the crowd. People laughed at his ideas before they changed history. Remember, no one laughs at ordinary. They laugh because they don't understand extraordinary. Let their doubt be the background music to your success story. The truth is, genius often feels lonely. Einstein worked in silence while others doubted him. But remember, every lonely path walked with purpose leads to greatness. Solitude is where your power grows. So, don't hide your difference, celebrate it. The world doesn't need copies, it needs originals. Einstein wasn't trying to be better than others, he was trying to understand himself. That's where true genius begins. When Einstein was a child, his teacher told him he would never achieve anything in life, but he didn't argue, he just worked in silence and proved the whole world wrong. So, if people ever underestimate you, don't waste words, let your results speak louder than their doubts. Every great person in history was first rejected or laughed at before they were celebrated, because the world doesn't recognize greatness when it's being born, it only sees it after success shines. So never lose faith when no one believes in you. That's where real heroes are created. Einstein didn't wait for the perfect moment to start, he created his own moment. Most people wait for the right time, the right conditions, but the truth is time never becomes right. You make it right by taking the first step when fear tells you to stop. The biggest prison is not made of walls, it's made of your own doubts. Einstein broke that prison by trusting his thoughts even when no one else did. Confidence is freedom, and the day you believe in yourself fully, you'll realize the world was never against you. It was waiting for you. Einstein's strength wasn't his intelligence, it was his courage to stay different when the world wanted him to fit in. Everyone has talent, but few have the courage to use it their own way. Don't follow the crowd, create your own path even if you walk it alone. People see the result but never the struggle. Einstein spent endless nights thinking, failing, and starting again, but no one saw that. Remember, success is built in silence and revealed in noise. The world only claps when the work is done, not when you're fighting alone in the dark. Einstein believed that true learning begins when school ends, because education isn't about memorizing facts, it's about understanding life. The moment you start learning from your failures, your pain, and your mistakes, that's when you become truly educated beyond books and classrooms. If you want to be wise, observe more and speak less. Einstein used silence as his tool for thinking. The smartest people don't always talk, they listen, they notice, they connect the dots others ignore. In silence, your thoughts find their real voice, and that's where wisdom grows. Life will test you again and again to see if you really want what you say you want. Einstein's journey wasn't easy, but he stayed patient and consistent. So, whenever life feels heavy, remind yourself that diamonds are created under pressure, not comfort. The world will always have opinions, but your vision belongs to you. Einstein didn't seek approval, he trusted his purpose. So, live your life not to please people, but to fulfill the reason you were born for. The moment you do that, success will chase you on its own. Einstein once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Success fades with time, but value lasts forever." When your purpose is to give, not just to gain, the world starts to remember your name even after you're gone. People chase money, fame, and recognition, but Einstein chased understanding. He wanted to know how the universe breathes. And because he focused on purpose, everything else followed him. Don't chase success, chase meaning, and you'll find yourself surrounded by both peace and greatness. Einstein proved that genius is not about knowing everything, it's about never giving up on what fascinates you. When you follow curiosity with heart, not fear, you find paths no one else can see. The real genius is the one who never stops exploring. The problem with most people is they stop learning after achieving a little. Einstein never stopped, he kept questioning, kept reading, kept growing. The moment you think you know enough, that's the moment your growth dies. Keep your hunger for knowledge alive, it's the fire that keeps success burning. Einstein faced rejection from jobs, teachers, and scientists, but he used every rejection as direction. So, the next time you're rejected, don't cry, say thank you, because life is redirecting you to something far more meaningful than what you thought you wanted. Einstein wasn't afraid of failure because he understood failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every failure teaches you something that success cannot. So don't hide your mistakes, wear them like medals of experience because they show you dared to try. There's a reason Einstein smiled often, even when life was hard. He believed joy attracts solutions while stress blocks creativity. If you want to think clearly, laugh often, stay calm, and let your mind breathe because happiness is also a genius tool. Einstein's strength was his humility. He never called himself great, even when the world did. True greatness doesn't shout, it shines quietly. So stay humble even when you rise high because humility keeps you human while arrogance destroys everything you built. The world respects those who respect time. Einstein valued every second because he knew time is the most precious currency. Don't waste it waiting or complaining. Every moment you spend improving yourself adds interest to your future success. Einstein taught us that thinking deeply is more important than thinking fast. Slow minds build lasting ideas. Fast minds chase trends. Don't rush wisdom. Let your thoughts mature like fine wine. Depth creates brilliance, and brilliance never comes in a hurry. Einstein once said imagination is more powerful than knowledge because knowledge shows you what already exists, but imagination shows you what can exist. If you can dream it, you can build it because every great thing in history was once just someone's wild imagination. The world laughed at Einstein before it clapped for him, and that's how life tests you. People will call your dreams crazy until you make them real, so if they're laughing now, let them. One day, the same people will quote your story as an example. Einstein used to walk alone, not because he was lonely, but because he loved the silence where thoughts are born. In the noise of the world, voices fade, but in silence, the soul speaks. So take time to be alone, that's where your genius wakes up. Einstein didn't try to fit in, he tried to stand out with truth. He believed originality is better than popularity. When you copy others, you disappear, but when you stay true to yourself, you become unforgettable. Be different because normal never makes history. The beauty of Einstein's mind was not in his intelligence, but in his curiosity. He never stopped asking why, and that's what made him limitless. The moment you stop questioning life, you stop growing. Stay curious, it's the engine that drives greatness. Einstein believed every problem hides a gift, and only those who look beyond fear can find it. When life gets hard, don't curse it, decode it. Problems are not punishments, they're invitations to grow stronger than you ever imagined. Einstein once said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change, so when life pushes you to adapt, don't resist." Flexibility is power. The tree that bends with the wind survives the storm. The one that refuses breaks. Learn to flow, not to fight. The greatest discovery Einstein made wasn't about physics, it was about peace. He said a calm mind sees truth better than a busy one. So slow down, breathe. The universe doesn't rush, yet everything happens perfectly on time. Einstein lived for purpose, not applause. He didn't chase the spotlight chased him. When you work with sincerity and love, success comes as a shadow, not as a goal. Do it with passion and recognition will find you. And in the end, Einstein taught us one timeless lesson: don't just exist, create meaning. Live a life that inspires others to dream, to think, and to rise. Because one idea, one spark, and one brave heart can still change the world. Einstein's life teaches us that greatness doesn't come from privilege, it comes from perseverance. He was expelled from school, doubted by teachers, and ignored by society. Yet he turned rejection into rocket fuel. Every no he heard became a louder yes to his destiny. When Einstein failed, he didn't quit, he questioned. Failure was not his enemy, it was his greatest teacher. He learned that every mistake carries a hidden direction. So next time you fail, don't cry, analyze. Maybe life is redirecting you to something greater. Einstein didn't chase money, he chased meaning. He believed that wealth without purpose is emptiness disguised as success. When you find what sets your soul on fire, the world rewards you in ways that money never could. He once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but a man of value. Success ends when applause fades, but value lasts forever." So don't focus on being famous, focus on being useful. The world remembers those who give, not those who take. Einstein knew that energy never dies. It just changes form. The same is true for human spirit. Even when you fall, even when people forget you, your energy, your kindness, your work, it stays. You become part of something eternal. He proved that time bends, light curves, and even reality isn't fixed, but he also proved that the human will is the strongest force in the universe. If your why is strong, no obstacle can stand forever. The universe moves for those who don't stop. Einstein didn't just change science, he changed the way we think. He showed that limits exist only in the mind. Break your mental walls, and you'll see how infinite you really are. The cage isn't outside, it's inside, and you hold the key. Einstein never stopped being a student. Even at the height of fame, he kept learning, kept questioning, kept growing. Remember, the day you stop learning is the day you stop living. Stay humble, stay curious, because growth is life. In every great discovery, there's a little bit of madness, and Einstein embraced that madness. So don't hide your weirdness, it's your magic. The people who change the world never blend in, they stand out. Dare to be different, that's how legends are born. Einstein's genius wasn't in knowing everything, but in knowing that he didn't know enough. That humility made him limitless. When you admit you don't know, you open doors to learning, to growing, to transforming. Pride blocks wisdom, but curiosity unlocks it every time. He taught that thinking is the hardest work of all, and that's why few people do it. Don't follow blindly, question, analyze, observe. When you start thinking for yourself, you stop being controlled by the world and start creating your own. Einstein found beauty in simplicity, a chalkboard, an idea, and a dream. You don't need fancy tools or big budgets to start, you need vision, belief, and courage. Big things begin with small steps, and those steps begin inside your mind. He showed that silence speaks louder than noise. In a world shouting opinions, Einstein listened deeply, patiently. Wisdom doesn't come from speaking more. It comes from observing more. Be the listener in the crowd. That's where understanding is born. Einstein didn't just talk about change, he became change. He didn't wait for inspiration, he created it. If you want the world to move, start with your own steps. One spark of action is worth more than 1,000 dreams. Einstein believed in love, not just romantic, but universal. He said love is the greatest force, stronger than gravity. When you work with love, create with love, and live with love, you become unstoppable because the universe moves through you, not against you. He never allowed his mind to grow old. Curiosity kept him young, wonder kept him alive. If you wake up every day asking what if, you'll never run out of purpose. Stay amazed, because amazement is the heartbeat of creativity. Einstein turned his pain into purpose. He faced loneliness, loss, and failure, but instead of breaking, he built. Remember, your wounds can become your wisdom if you choose to learn from them instead of hiding them. Einstein once said, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. No matter how hard things get, keep pedaling." The road may be steep, but every push takes you closer to your dream. Einstein proved that the human mind is limitless when filled with curiosity and purpose. He didn't wait for miracles, he became one. You have that same power. Inside your mind lies a universe waiting to be explored. You just need the courage to begin. He believed miracles are not magic, they are results of faith and consistent effort. Every time you work hard when no one watches, you're building your own miracle. Faith is the fuel, effort is the engine that drives dreams into reality. Einstein was never afraid of looking foolish because he knew progress always starts with doubt. People may laugh when you try something new. Let them. The ones who dare to be misunderstood are the ones who change the world. He taught that genius is not a gift, it's a mindset. It's the decision to never stop learning, never stop questioning, and never stop dreaming. If you live with that mindset, you'll turn every limitation into your greatest strength. Einstein believed that light exists in everyone, but most people never switch it on. You have ideas, passion, and power waiting inside. Don't let fear keep you in the dark. Turn your light on and let the world see your brilliance. He never compared his journey with others. He knew every life runs on its own clock. Stop rushing. Your time will come when you're ready, not when others expect it. The flower doesn't bloom faster by looking at another. Einstein believed that the more you understand nature, the more you understand yourself. He saw the universe as a mirror of human potential. Every star, every atom, every heartbeat, a reminder that you are part of something extraordinary. He found peace not in success, but in understanding. He said peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the ability to stay calm amidst chaos. When you master peace within, no storm outside can break you. Einstein's laughter was proof that even the greatest minds can stay humble and human. Never take life too seriously. Smile, learn, love, live. You can chase greatness and still be kind. That balance is what makes you truly powerful. Einstein said, "The world is a dangerous place not because of evil people, but because of those who do nothing. So never stay silent when your voice can make a difference. Courage is contagious. Use yours wisely." Einstein saw failure as a bridge, not a wall. Every setback he faced led him closer to discovery. When things fall apart, it's not the end, it's the beginning of something stronger. Trust the process even when it hurts. He believed logic takes you from a to be, but imagination takes you everywhere. If logic builds the road, imagination builds the sky. So don't just plan your life, dream it. paint it, feel it, and then live it fully. Einstein's kindness was as big as his genius. He helped others quietly, expecting nothing in return. True greatness isn't loud, it's gentle. The loudest people rarely make real impact, the kind ones always do. Einstein once said, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. You rise higher when you lift others." Help, share, and give, because when you light another's candle, your own flame grows brighter. Einstein didn't live to be perfect, he lived to be real. He embraced flaws, mistakes, and contradictions. That's why people still feel connected to him. Be real, perfection fades, but authenticity lasts forever. Einstein proved that one mind, one idea, one brave heart can redefine the entire world. Never underestimate your thoughts. Every revolution begins in the silence of one person who dared to think differently. He showed that reality bends for those who believe. If you keep faith, even impossible things start shifting in your favor. The world doesn't reward doubt, it rewards belief backed by action. Einstein believed death is not the end, it's just energy changing form. So don't fear endings, every ending creates a beginning. You are eternal energy, meant to grow, evolve, and shine again. His final words were lost, but his message still speaks. Never stop wondering, never stop dreaming, never stop believing. Because curiosity is not just learning, it's living. And as you finish this video, remember Einstein's truth. You don't need to be a genius to change the world, you just need to care enough to try. Greatness begins the moment you decide to start. Truly hope this video inspired you and gave you a new way to see life. If you felt even a spark of motivation today, then don't keep it to yourself. Share this video so others can feel it too. And yes, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join our journey of learning, growth, and greatness together.